Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another BackerKit critique, where I take a look at a different BackerKit project every single time and give my honest thoughts on how that's being ran. Because BackerKit is doing crowdfunding, it's in beta, but one thing that just launched today, massive launch, Return to Dark Tower, second printing, and new Covenant expansion by Restoration Games. This has already raised $452,000 of its $400,000 goal, with 4,367 backers. And let's see how many other things they have on here. So it looks like they've done a couple other things, some coming soon. Nothing that looks, ooh, Tuesday Night Games has a thing on there. I do love Tuesday Night Games. But interesting. So, as always, when we go into this, let's check out the video first thing. Share on Twitter, share on Facebook, share on email. Interesting. I like having this right here. This is very nifty. But let's get into the video.
Hope. We'd not uttered that word in an age. It was lost to us. Darkness tainted the land. Doom consumed the people. Then they arrived. The ones from beyond the borders. They spoke of the old ways. Magic as old as the tower itself. They warned of the cost, but we were desperate. To forge a new covenant with the gods of light, we must build, raising monuments to their power through our sweat and blood. But now we have hope again.
We're really going hard on the theme here. Now, I will say they at least showed a little bit of the gameplay, but we haven't even seen the most impressive feature of this, which is undoubtedly the tower. I think we're about to see this shot right here. Hopefully this shot saves everything, because the theme...
The next expansion available in our new crowdfunding campaign for Return to Dark Tower.
There we go.
If you missed out on the first campaign...
Oh, okay, so now I immediately see what's new, because I just actually tried this last week. Really enjoyed the game. Very difficult. So we're adding big things to hold the big statues, it looks like. Big
Bruce Hope.
Minis.
The base game, expansions, and add-ons are all available. Back now and join the Covenant.
Okay. So I also like the fact they mentioned, hey, you can get the original, you can get the expansion, you can get the new expansion. I like that. That video, however, here's the thing. Aside from the fact it looks really impressive, I don't feel like they really sold me on it at all. It was 40 seconds of theme, and then 25 seconds of, hey, come buy our stuff. No middle ground. I might talk about, hopefully they get into some quotes here and talk about why people love the new version of the game or whatever it is going on. But it's already funded. No surprise here, because this, I will say, this game is a massive, massive beast. The tower's back, second printing, new expansion, years out. But first and foremost, so after the video, do I want it? Here's the thing. As someone who's played the Dark Tower, I'm hopefully going to get it played again this week. Yes, I do, because I'm excited to see what more they add to the game and to the system, because I like that. But as someone who has never played Dark Tower, I don't feel like I was really convinced, I need to pull the trigger on this. I need to get all of this. But on the Can You Do It front, yeah, I feel pretty comfortable. Fireball Island was a big hit. Stop Thief is still my favorite game of theirs, though. Stop Thief is fantastic. Especially now that they've added more, like cooperative and solo and all that good stuff. Or solo, I think it is. Return to Dark Tower is out, and it is impressive. And Thunder Road Vendetta, I do not believe that one is out yet. So let's double check that one, but I'm pretty sure that one is not out. Current timeline plus revised chopper sculpt. July 2nd, June 2nd, May 4th, so it looks like they do an update every month, but that one is not out. So they have one thing currently outstanding, but on the Can You Do It, I'm not really concerned. Restoration Games does a lot of things. So Can You Do It, I feel comfortable. Do I want it? Yeah, as a fan, just because, but I don't feel like I was wowed. It's quite an unparalleled adventure. That's it. And the reason why they did that is because of the name Polygon here. But is that their Polygon's logo? Is that Polygon's logo? Let me check. Polygon. It is their logo. Okay. Got it. Charles Steele Polygon. Jump to gameplay. Jump to Covenant expansion. Jump to pledge levels. Jump to achievements. I do love that. They have the game found style structure on the left side where you can click to go exactly where you want. Love that. I see reviews. I see pledge levels. Second printing. Beautiful. Like what you're doing here, BackerKit. Also, the other interesting thing is so many people have used BackerKit they're not asking for you to sign up to something new. They're just taking, you're like, oh, you already signed up for BackerKit. So I like that. It's kind of the same thing GameFound did as well. And by the way, we're now up to 3 of these. It's getting a little bit crowded. We got the Game Fund, we got the BackerKit, we got the Kickstarter. I still think Kickstarter's going to come out in the end. But I'm excited to see competition amongst the 3 of them. All right, so love this area right here. And then, yes, showcasing the components. Because I got to say, it's really an impressive tower. Created by a world-class team of designers and engineers led by Tim Burl-Sword, an expert in technology, augmented games, the tower itself is a game component without equal from its very foundation. It's been devised to play an intricate role in the game, using a collection of magical yet reliable technologies. It generates game moments that simply wouldn't be possible without it. The tower literally and figuratively dominates the table, drawing upon all these powers to foil you. You will grow to curse its name. Then I would have spotlighted that, I think, a little bit more in the video. Like, that's great, and it is. It's true. It's a big beast. A powerful adversary occupies the titular tower, spreading fear and chaos across the land. A helpful companion. Yes, we're talking about... okay, so what is this? This is... showing how the gameplay works on there. How bad was Tebow? He was great. We made the playoffs. We beat the Steelers. The companion app generates events and quests and manages the flow of battle to keep things dynamic, all whilst keeping your focus on the tower and the table. Yeah, so right now it feels like they're kind of spotlighting, hey, it doesn't dominate the gameplay. And I will attest to that. I think it's a weird thing to spotlight here first, but I would agree with that. Complete the main goal and defeat the adversary. Rodney did a banging video. I just watched it Wednesday. Rodney is fantastic as always. You need to subscribe to that channel. He's amazing, and he does way better how to play videos than I do. New Covenant expansion. This New Covenant expansion offers a whole new challenge to solve and 4 new heroes to use in the expansion. Now I'm getting excited. New heroes, because the heroes definitely do feel asymmetrical. Like, the one that I played at was like the one who was getting all the gear, and it was fantastic how asymmetrical they felt. I felt like they really crushed it on that. Can you make offerings? So this is exciting as someone who is not new to the game. And once again, I was kind of excited in the video, and I was like, ooh, 4 new people. Because the people do definitely feel different. Can you make offerings to the gods of light? So I just want to know more about them. 4 new heroes arrive from the hinterlands to join the fray. The Revenant Astronomer prepares spells with a variety of effects. The Diva Swindler embraces the power of luck. You're giving me thematically what they do, but I'm hoping you dig more into this. Like, I actually want to know what do they do? Locks on a single target and wipes them out. Fantastic. Monuments. So these are the new thing. This is the big minis on the board. Demonstrate your devotion and raise the monuments to win the day. Ignore them at your peril. I do like the fact that they spotlighted the new here. I think that's actually a really great idea to help people who are newer to the project, Dark Tower, kind of distinguish what's in the expansion and what's there. I put the size of these as well, because honestly, after watching that video, that does not seem to do a fair service to how large these actually are. 4 more monuments to be revealed as we reach achievements. Wowzers, that's impressive as well. They show me a blurry outline, but once again, I would mention the height of these, because these things are big beasts. So what is this, the 3 rivers? Oh, this is where they're spotlighting how big it is. Yeah, it's so big, it's not even in the frame. Very nice. Doom Skulls. Covenant sees the introduction of a devilish new kind of skull. As Dark Tower as the tower itself, kept in separate supply, the app will direct you when to drop. Cool. Doom Skulls. Extra thing, make it harder, more variable, because the skulls, it works a little bit like a cube tower, where sometimes skulls will fall out because it spins in a circle and says, hey, keep your fingers out. It's really cool. Wasteland tokens. The tower's corrupting reach emanates from the tower, laying waste to the lands. Using a dynamic algorithm, the app will direct you to place wasteland tokens on spaces across the board. These tokens negate terrain effects. Goodbye, champion virtue. That sucks, so this is just really harder. And prevent you from leaving that space for the rest of the turn. Ow! That makes it much more like a puzzly game as you're trying to figure out how to navigate your way around. That's cool. Would I understand how cool that is if I was new to the game? I don't quite think so. But I don't know how you would really emphasize that. Quotes would. Yeah, the new Wasteland tokens really add a puzzly aspect to the game as you try, as now navigating the board becomes much more difficult. It really ups the tension and difficulty of the game. And right there, I just made a fake quote. I don't know if any of that is true. It's just what I assume it to be. But a quote right there could really help. Treasures. 20 new treasures arrive in market. These include a new kind of treasure. Fantastic. Love the treasure cards. 12 corruptions. 12 new corruptions vex the heroes. The new effects are more hindering than the base game corruptions, providing another way to adjust your overall game difficulty. Beautiful. Components. I would love if we zoomed in on this. We got the campaign rules. Okay. documents author is using the pageless format. Great. So I could come in here, I could give suggestions. Awesome. And I always recommend this. If you're running a Kickstarter, a GameFound, a BackerKit project, hell, even if you're on Indiegogo. Actually, if you're on Indiegogo, don't watch my channel. That's a wasteland, an abyss. I will never visit Indiegogo. But anywho, I would zoom in on this. I would spotlight how big those monuments are. This looks kind of unimpressive. Now, that being said, me as someone who knows the size of these things because I've played the game, I'm not unimpressed. But as just someone who's glancing, I'm like, okay. Like, you make the minis look small with this picture, and that is the exact opposite of what they are. So second printing. Return to Dark Tower has been aligned to the audience for its production value, so there are no major changes with the second printing. Dare to behold the Dark Tower. Well, how about you spotlight some quotes here then? If it's so lauded for its thing, yes, I'm blowing smoke up your butt because I thought it was really impressive. I was really impressed with my... and here's the thing. The person who backed the project wasn't the biggest fan of the game. And then... so I came in with actually some lowered expectations. And then when I played it, we played it 2 players, and I was just like, wow, this is great. I haven't played yet, and you are doing a better job giving me an idea on these upgrades than they did. LOL. Well, I'm glad I could help. Dare to behold the Dark Tower. Anatomy of the tower. Yeah, I'd love to see this zoomed in as well. Like, look, there's space that could be utilized here. A lot of space, and it's not, because this is really cool. Seeing the inner workings of it, I actually want to zoom in on this. And I wish I could see more. Because it is so cool. And then we get to the actual components of the game. And here's the other thing. This is a massive box. It's right behind me. It is massive. This does not make it feel like a massive... I feel like a really impressive, zoomed in, long, sexy, scrolling shot, giving all the different components. 18 gear cards, the 22... Like, that would be great. So we got the components, the 32 power skulls. What is this? Oh, so this is the Alliance's expansion. Which actually I'm hoping to get to the table very soon as well. They could mention already being 527 overall on BGG. Vampino, yes, 100%. Abso-freaking-lutely. This is a top 1,000 game? I did not realize that. Wow, yeah, I would totally spotlight that. Because once again, I'm looking at this from the perspective not of someone who's excited about this expansion, but someone who knows nothing. And they're like, why should I spend the inevitable $300 to $400? Which I'm assuming that this is going to be. For everything. Dark Horde expansion. The Alliance's expansion introduces powerful allies. Cool. That's great. And now we're zooming in on some components. That looks great. Alright, so here's the pledge levels. So they don't actually have pledge levels on the right side. It's all in here, a little bit like GameFound. Okay. Choose your pledge level below to back now. Each image directly links to that pledge. If you want to add additional items, choose the best fit for your pledge level. You can add them later in the Pledge Manager after the campaign is over. For more information on how to back, check out the FAQ link in the banner menu at the top of the page. Oh, Hercules! This is a beautiful first paragraph to have before a pledge level. Crystal clear. Love it. Pledge Manager. Get me the BackerKit access. The Covenant. Just the expansion. 55. Is this going to tell me how many people actually backed it? Oh, I got to log in? I can't even look at the numbers? I want to look at the numbers. It's so much fun because I'm going to guess that this is dominating. I imagine this is the most popular pledge. And we can actually get a good feel for that. Actually, let's do some quick math-foo. 4,500 divided by 466,000, which means the average pledge is a smidge bit over 100. If I'm doing my quick math foo right there. So let's take a look at these pledge levels. And we can see, so 75. So yeah, dominated it looks like, but by a lot of people pledging this. Hopefully I can check that a little bit later. And then we have the Charge of the Tower, 100. So this is just for the base game. $150. For what this game is, I feel like that's Kickstarter reasonable. I don't feel like you're probably going to be able to find this for 150. Now, granted, we haven't gotten to the shipping, but yeah. I feel like that's very reasonable. Kickstarter reasonable. Because this thing, like, let me tell you, this tower is very impressive. The cost of mass manufacture this tower has to be pretty expensive. So then we got the Asgold's Pledge. So this is the base Return to Dark Tower game. The Covenant Alliance is the Dark Horde, the Coffers 1 and Coffers 2. What's Coffers 1 and Coffers 2? Did I miss that? Is this Coffers 1? No, it's the Dark Horde expansion. It's Coffers 1 and Coffers 2. Have we talked about this? We just springing it on me. Okay. I think we're just springing it. All right. Just wanted to double check. I'm very forgetful. Don't know what Coffers 1 and Coffers 2 is. So let's see if we can figure it out. Base Return to Dark Tower, so it's right there. Covenant, that's the new expansion. Alliances, that's the old expansion. Dark Horde, Coffers 1, Coffers 2. So is this all the gameplay? Is that what it is? No, because these are deluxified components. No, those are just actually the regular components. What is this? Okay. Then the approved. So this must be everything. This is just the everything pledge. $299. What did I say? $300 to $400. That seems pretty reasonable. And ideally, this would be the most popular pledge level, especially if you're spotlighting the fact that this is one of the most popular games ever now. Like, think about that. Board Game Geek goes into, like, the tens of thousands, 20,000, 30,000. They go super high. This is in the top 1,000. That's amazingly impressive. And we have no quotes. We have no mentioning anything about that. And I can't look at these dang numbers. All right. Anyone in the chat. What's going on? What's that noise?
That word in an age.
What?
It was lost to us.
I hear theme.
The land. Doom consumed the people.
Okay. I heard theme. I was like, what's going on? Anyone who's in the chat potentially, could you give me a breakdown if you're logged into BackerKit? Because I've never used BackerKit, of what pledge levels are the most popular. Full retailer terms available in the PDF. Because I always love looking at and analyzing that, and I got to sign up after this. We will again be offering the neoprene board, coffer plastic tokens. Now we're mentioning the plastic tokens, and custom card sleeves for folks who want to bling out the game. You can also use add-ons to get additional copies of the base game. That neoprene board, it's so pretty. $40 add-on. It's a second printing. Custom card sleeves. You get those. Coffers. Got it. So this is Coffers 1 and Coffers 2. Now I understand what Coffers 1 and Coffers 2 are. Plastic tokens to upgrade it. Are these just bigger? Oh, okay. No, my buddy Brandon has the upgraded components. That's why. Got it. I bet he got the whale. Now this all makes so much more sense. The Alliance expansion, Dark Horde Miniatures, Covenant expansion will be available as add-ons and Pledge Manager after the campaign as well. Okay. So achievements. A new crowdfunding platform means trying out new things. Because this is a second printing, which already includes the stretch goals unlocked from the initial campaign, we're using BackerKit's achievement system to reward progress in the campaign with a more in-depth look at the content in Covenant. This is a new system for us. We'll continue to tweak things as we go to make things fun and exciting for backers. Thanks for backing. I love this. I don't quite understand what's going on, but I'm excited. $75 pledge level has 2927. Thank you very much, Battlehaven. So let's do some quick math through. 75 times 2,900. That boils down to 217,000. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. So either way, if you're at a 3,000 print run of your expansion when you start crowdfunding, that's amazing. By the way, I just want to specify, that's fantastic. Kudos for them. And why again, I feel very comfortable with the Can You Do It? Like, that's a huge print run. About achievements. A new crowdfunding platform. So how do I click on these? So at 500K, we reveal the Sanctuary Moments. So what does this mean? To reward progress. So more in-depth look at the content. So you're going to slowly unlock what is in the game. And I've seen some other people do this before. It's weird. So if we just stall at 550, you're just not going to tell us about the Revenant Astromancer? Am I saying that right? Why does it sound dirty? Even though the Reverend Astromancer is in the game. I don't know why I'm giggling. It's the Astromancer. Review. See what others have been saying about the game. Innovative Game of the Year. Okay. It's nice. I'd like to know a little bit more. Asgo's Bounty 299 has 589 backers. So they brought in nearly 6. Thank you so much, Battle. So they brought in 600 new people. That's great. I would expect that to be a little bit higher. Better late than never. Unexpected meeting. Welcome, Sean. Featured review, Return to Dark Tower. And this is great. Pull a quote. Well, they did. They pulled a small quote. Review. Alliances in the Dark Horde. Return to Dark Tower is my favorite. Can we get a quote from that? That's the Dice Tower. That's what I want to see. I want to hear what Tom said. You know, don't get me wrong. I've been in the game for 10 years, but I'm still a simp for Tom Vassell. You give me some Tommy V, I'm all in. Sammy Z? Sam and Z? Oh, give me some. Return to Dark Tower is my favorite cooperative game. It's one of my favorite games I've played this year. Now, that's a good quote. It's one of my favorite cooperative games. I'd like to know why. Return to Dark Tower has literally blown us away with how clean, fun, and easy it is to play. Return to Dark Tower, I like that easy to play. It is way easier to play than you would expect from this game in a 36-minute how-to-play video. Return to Dark Tower might just be one of my most aesthetically pleasing board games ever made, and its sports solid gameplay to boot. Much like its predecessor, Return to Dark Tower will leave a lasting impression in anyone lucky enough to experience it. Cool. So I feel like those are great quotes about the original game, but I feel like they're so far down. Because I'm sure this is once in Game of the Year awards too, some stuff like that. I would spotlight more of that earlier on. Shipping. We will charge shipping in the pledge manager after the campaign is over. We're once again subsidizing the charges to keep things as reasonable as we can given the current state of freight and logistics. The chart below indicates the amount you'll be charged for shipping based on your region. So $30 for the charge to the tower, $22 for the Covenant, and the $60 for the Ascole's Bounty. They have pretty much 3 pledge levels, and they have the prices for all those pledge levels. I love that because a lot of companies just decide not to do that. VAT. Do we mention the VAT? We cannot ship to P.O. boxes. We cannot ship to the following. We will hear crowdfunding campaigns are notorious. We expect to get it out July 2023. They're hoping for Gen Con Origins, I would imagine, that sort of time period. They do a soft launch at Origins type of thing. No information on the VAT here, so I would mention that. Just let me know. So that's a half-point grade drop for me anytime we don't mention the VAT. Just because it's just... I know the majority of people are probably going to be from the United States of America, but still, it's the right thing to do. Because to them, it could be a huge difference, especially in a game like this. So, pledge levels. Holy moly, there's a whole tier for it. Wow. Okay. So, 500. So let's see exactly how many people just jumping on to the game. So 596 plus. So we have essentially 700 print run of the original base game, and then 592 plus the and so the 3,500 print run. So that's great. Those are great numbers. I would expect this one to be a little bit higher though, and so I don't feel like they sold that as well. Like just how great this game is, man. That rating, that BGG rating. So now we got the community. Interesting. So log in and enjoy the discussion. Pinned discussion. How do I get an add-on? How do I get just a specific item and similar questions? Now, this is great. Here's my favorite RDT story. What's yours? Looky there. Churning it. We got 40 comments in there. That's what happens when you ask people questions about a game they're passionate about. Great. Oh, I can't thumb it. You fool. You're not logged in. Add-ons not available at launch. Just taking it if anyone else sees it, but I really want to add the neoprene mat and can't. 24 comments. This system. Yes. Yes, please. Can we take this system and just put it on Kickstarter and GameFound? All right, so on the FAQ, let's check that one up. How does BackerKit crowdfunding work? When will I charge? So this is just a generic FAQ. This is not a project-specific FAQ. Oh, no, it is. Interesting. So this is the BackerKit FAQ, but then they have the project FAQ. That's an interesting one. All right, final grade for... my first ever BackerKit beta critique. Do I want it? 2 perspectives here. As someone who knows the game and as someone who doesn't know the game. As someone who knows the game, yes. Yes, I do. As someone who doesn't know the game, I'm not as convinced. And once again, I think it's just that video. I think that video just, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. I don't think it really spotlighted how amazing this tower is. And yeah. So, but do I want it? Yes or no? Can you do it? Yes. I feel comfortable with that. No issues. Vampino's giving it a B-. How much is it? Price is high. The price is high. This is a premium item. This is a premium game. Amongst, other board games that are premium board games, this one feels higher quality just because that tower is so unlike anything else in our hobby. Like, I challenge you, point to another game that has something like that and say, yes, it reminds me of that. The only thing I can point to is the original Dark Tower. It's just the cost and the logistics of printing something like this are so high that I kind of take that into consideration with the price, and I don't think how much is that unreasonable. That being said, I imagine the resale value of this is also going to be relatively high. Now, granted, as they do more print runs, that means the price will go down slightly, but I still think you're going to be able to get a big chunk of your money back for this. Did we talk about shipping? Yeah, we did talk about shipping. And then the shipping, I felt like it was reasonable. I mean, $30, it's a big box. Shipping sucks. Final grade on this one, I think I'm at about B. I think I'm at a B. I think the main issue is I didn't feel like they sold it well enough to newer people. The video, I didn't feel like it quite hit the mark. But BackerKit as a whole, I thought, I enjoyed BackerKit. I think they got some really interesting new ideas here. I like this right at the top. I think this is a great idea. Share this project. Because, I mean, as a gamer, we love sharing stuff like this to our friends. And it's just... put it right at the top. I think it's a fantastic idea. But let me know in the comments below what's your final grade. And as always, if you're enjoying the coverage, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, celebrate my 10-year anniversary of making YouTube content. Bye-bye.